There we go. That's a little bit different. Okay, so I think I just had to turn the camera in order for it to work. So this is the second Facebook Live thing that I'm doing here. And so today I gave it some thought. I had a lot of things on my mind, and I was looking at something called Retail Arbitrage, and I heard about it from this email. I subscribe to a blog called Niche Pursuits, and what Niche Pursuits is basically they do a lot with like search engine optimization, like Google and stuff like that. So one of the emails that I got was kind of totally irrelevant, and the one person, I just least expected that this person was going to send this email. And so basically what the email was about was something called email arbitrage, or not email arbitrage, retail arbitrage. And what that is, from the email that he explained, is that you basically buy a product, right, on clearance in like your local Target or wherever, and then that is so cheap because you bought it on clearance that you actually go and you resell it on Amazon, where people are willing to pay more of a premium for the item. So that's what we're going to talk about, and why it's important, because people who order through Amazon are a different clientele. People who order from Amazon are basically they're paying for convenience. So that's why you're able to charge a little bit more of a price, and not to mention you're able to sell to thousands and thousands of people all over the world on Amazon, and it's great. So what happened was, in that email that I got from the Niche Pursuits, was that you can download this app called Scoutify, and when you use the app, it has a screen, like you turn your camera on, and it has a scanner. So what the scanner does is the scanner will scan the product in the store, whether it be like any item. You just take the barcode scanner on your phone using the Scoutify app, and then it will bring up all the listings on Amazon of all the people who are trying to sell that product on Amazon. So I think it's around you only want 5 sellers to be at max to be selling because of competition reasons. But what will happen is, if you're, for example, the only seller on there, and you sell the product on the app, it shows you what other manufacturing sellers are selling it for, which is whatever the price is. The app will tell you what your net profit is. And I was looking through, and I downloaded the app, and then I went ahead and I started scanning just tons of things in stores. And then in the stores, I was able to see what my return on investment was. It does that all for you in the app. It tells you what the ROI is, and sometimes it's anywhere from 0 to 600%. So I thought that was pretty cool. But so I'm still experimenting with it right now, with the app, and the app's made by Inventory Labs. And what else is there? So Amazon requires you to have a membership with them to be able to sell stuff, to package things up, and to sell them. So what this all kind of looks like is, the convenience thing is this. So Amazon is offering this service called Fulfillment by Amazon, which is FBA. That's the acronym. And what they're doing is, instead of individually going around to different stores, buying up you buy all this stuff. So say you found the stuff on clearance that the app shows you that you can make a profit on it. You buy all this stuff, you get home, and now you're sitting on all this inventory, right? And while you're sitting on all this inventory, you're thinking to yourself, gosh, that means I got to package each individual one of these boxes up, and I got to send them out. But the truth is, there is Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon. That's the name of the program, where they say, okay, look, we're going to offer this packaging service for you. We'll keep all your inventory for you, and then as people order, we'll send it out. So how that makes it easy for you is, now you're able to buy all your goods from all these different stores at that price, And then you go ahead and you put it all in a box, even if they're unrelated items. You put them all in a box, and then when you're ready, you could do it that same day. You box it up, and then you ship out the unrelated items all in one box to Amazon. Amazon will then they will then sort through the mess and put them, I think, in individual boxes. And then as people order them on Amazon, they will buy them. So I guess we can kind of just talk about why this might be a good idea. I think it's a good idea because even though you're not putting your own name on it per se, like for whatever your brand is, if your brand is like mine, Wolf Official, it's not like anybody's really, it's not going to make my brand big or anything like that. However, I do think when it comes to making money and like getting on the grind and stuff like that, I think it's really, really valuable because it's going to teach you about supply and logistics. When I was in the military, one of my jobs was supply. And what I did was I had to find parts from all over the world. And when I was kind of forced to find parts that were conveniently located, it made me realize the importance of supply and logistics. So it really took fancy to that. And now that I look around, since I've seen so much lately, like with school and like understanding business a little bit more, you can see that all the companies that are around us, every single one of them requires supply. Oh, hey, what's up, Mom? So every single one of them requires supply and logistics. So I was looking at it, and this might be a good idea because it's real, it's realistic. I mean, you go in and you're purchasing all these things that are discounted at stores that are on clearance. You resell them to Amazon, and then you make commission, and you make the difference. You make the profit. And the only way that I could see this panning out is if you saw a deal, right? You use your app, that scanning app, scan the barcode in the store, and it tells you, okay, you're going to make $5 profit on each one of these boxes. So you're like, oh, okay, this is a steal, so I'll go ahead and I'll buy 20 of them. And then you're going to make 5 times 20, which is $100, I think. $100. So then that's like where I see it paying off the most. So it's $100 profit, and you did that in a day. The only concern would be relative to all the other startups that you could be doing. Like for Uber, when I do Uber, I think about like sometimes I make $15, $20 an hour. And then how does that relate to doing this retail arbitrage thing? Well, I mean, it might take you, I think it would be a habitual thing where you need to go into stores and you need to always be looking and finding things that will sell well on Amazon. Or I think you can even sell on eBay, and you can sell on like tons of, be able to identify these products that are going to sell. You buy a whole bunch at one time. When you know you're in the right place at the right time, you buy it, you resell it. And it doesn't, again, do anything to help like your brand image, I don't think. But from the email that I got, it basically says this can lead to other good things. And again, like when I was in the military, I learned a lot about supply, and there's just so much to it. Every business needs supply. And so the thing to take away here is there's something more to it. There's also something called private labeling. I haven't gotten too far into that yet, but they said if I wanted to start now, like learning, the best place to start would be doing this so-called retail arbitrage, learning to buy low and sell high. So that's really important to learn first, and then once you get the swing of it and you're starting to, pull in like hundreds of dollars every single month, and sometimes these guys are doing like thousands of dollars, then you would go ahead and you would switch to private labeling. All private labeling is I think you're buying stuff from other countries, right? Like from China, for example, you're buying really low. But people who aren't familiar with the product are actually going to not know like what the product is, but they trust Amazon, so they'll go ahead and buy from Amazon if they see something I like, and you put your name you put your name on the product. So I think that's one of the cool things about private labeling. I don't know too much about it. I'm just going to start right here with Retail Arbitrage. Using the app on my phone, I scan the barcodes. The barcodes will tell me if I'm going to make a profit or not. That's all the app is for. You scan the product, and it tells you if you're going to make a profit or not, what your return on investment is. It tells you how many sellers are trying to do the same thing you're doing, and then after that, you go in and you log into your Amazon seller account online using the desktop computer. You find what it is that you're selling, and you input the information such as the name of the product. All it really is a UPC barcode, and that's what you enter, and then it'll already have it listed. You don't need to enter too many details. It'll have it all listed there for you, and then that is your product. It's listed in your seller account. We're almost there. It's almost ready to be sold under your seller name in the Amazon account. Then you print your shipping labels. You box up everything under one shipping label, and from there, it will be that one box with all the unrelated items that you found on clearance everywhere that you know you're going to make a profit from. Goes into that one box. When it gets sent to the Amazon stores, which are all around here, right? Then that's it. You're good. So the only amount of work that you did was sending the box to Amazon, right? In addition to finding the clearance items. Then you let Amazon do the rest. They're going to receive that inventory that you sent them, because they have distribution centers, right? They have employees that go in, and the employees will then take the products as they come. They'll open the boxes. Oh, who's this from? Then they go through, and they will pick out the individual boxes that you've shipped, and they will put them in their own boxes. They will put it on a shelf. They'll wait for someone to order it, and you pay for that. We pay for that. And it's very reasonable, from what I was told, for them to store these boxes and whatnot. And then what happens is, as soon as a customer goes on to Amazon.com and they find this highly rated product that you found for clearance under your seller name, they purchase it. Then what happens after that is they order it, and then you receive your money. How cool is that? And so you're not keeping your house full of products and your husband or your spouse or whatever is like on you for having all these boxes and everywhere around your house. It's not even like that. I think at the most, you certainly won't have tons and tons of product. You shouldn't, right? Like having them boxed waiting for people to order. You could realistically do it in one day, right? So, for example, we're in the car right now. We go over to, CVS. We walk into CVS. We find something on clearance. We know it's going to sell. We go home today. We put it in the box. We tape it up. We go to UPS. We send it, and we're good. Realistically, you can make some money doing that, depending on how hard you want to work. But yeah, I mean, if you're like me and you're always on the road anyway, it's gonna be pretty reasonable. So, do I think that it's worth it? I don't know just yet. But what I do know is I can tell you, as far as expenses go per month, it's $40 for this app, this inventory app where you can scan it, and then it's $40 for the seller account on Amazon. Is that really worth it? Possibly, I don't know. And then on top of that, you need a business license, which puts you about total with all this about $90 a month. Then I heard you need a seller's permit, which could possibly be exactly $100 a month for everything, right? So we're not including gas to go into and from these stores looking for things. But so we're at $100 every month. So that means we need to break $100 every single month. We have to break even, right? And then make a profit. So what does that break down even further to? We know we need to make $100 a month just to be profitable in the business. So what does that look like? Well, that means that for every day, right? There's 30 days. There's 30 days in a month, and we need to break $100 every month. So how many times does 30 go into 100? Well, I think 30 days. Let's see here. I'm horrible at math. So if we did $10 a day, right? Say we're able to define that product and we know that's going to be profitable at $10 in one day. And we did that for 30 days. I think that's going to be $300, right? So we know we just made $200 that month. Now let's look at it even smaller. What if we only made a profit of $1 a day, right? That would be $30. And that's right. So if we had, yeah, you get it. And so I think that's realistic. I mean, that's $300 every month that you're doing if you just every single day find something for $10 to box up and ship. And even lower than that, you gotta be realistic. Not every day you're gonna be able to do it. So I think we would be somewhere in between $1, let's see here, $1 every single day. Profit will put us at $30. We still need to break even. So if we did 5 times 30, it would be 150. So yeah, we would need to do about $5 every single day to break even for sure. Because 5 times 30 is 150. So we broke even there. So somewhere between like $3 and $5 is what you need to find every single day. And some days it's going to be more. Some days it's definitely going to be more, right? Because you're going to find things that have great profit margins and it's just going to be explosive. So there's a lot of variance. However, I really do think it's something that you should be doing regardless. Like in addition to all these other side hustle things you're doing. It's not one of those things where you just only do this, and try to focus. I don't think it's one of those things. I think you do have the convenience of the app to be able to go around on your leisure time, find something, buy it at a great price, list it on the seller marketplace on Amazon, and then you just collect the money when it sells. It's not entirely passive, but I've found better passive investing things. But the whole idea is you want to be an investor, but you also want to be a business guru type of person where you start a lot of businesses, because their ROI on businesses are typically higher than traditional stock market investing, stuff like that. Oh, Patrick asked, is this all related to REITs? Not so much. REITs are real estate investment trusts. They're not actually related a whole lot because that's investing, and then this is more of business where you're now looking at higher return on investment, return on investment. So it's a little bit, it's actually quite different, but it's still business. But yeah, our REITs, if you want to know more about it, we can talk about that. Just let me know if you want to talk about it. Yes, please, or no, please, one of those things. But yeah, I definitely think you should be doing REITs. Those are hot. That's a hot market, where you buy. What REITs do is they go. There's investors that will go and buy a whole bunch of properties, like commercial properties. They'll go and they'll buy all these commercial buildings that are around, even your home. They'll be, and you pay rent to your mortgage, right? And then as a shareholder, you can go in and enter the stock ticker symbol on the stock market, and then you'll be able to purchase shares of that real estate, and you'll be getting dividends, and you'll be getting income in the form of dividends every single 3 months. Some of them are actually monthly, but yeah, I would do that. But with this Amazon thing, it can lead to much bigger things. I think that retail arbitrage is like I said in the title, it's intro. It's an intro level thing. I haven't even made any money on it. I'm actually on a 30-day free trial right now. So I'm not 100% credible by any means. This stuff is still pretty up in the air. I do my best to keep things pretty simple with it all. I don't like to get too over my head. I understand very basic things like income and expenses. I know that I need to break even. So, I'm definitely focused on that aspect of it. So I don't really I don't get too bogged down on that sort of thing. But so I think it's going to be worth a shot. I'm going to go into the library right now where I'm at here in Vegas, and I'm going to go research some success stories with this. I'm going to figure out exactly how to list the product on the Amazon website. I'm going to go in, I'm going to figure out what, let's see here, what else am I going to figure out? I need to know how and where to ship my product. And then I kind of want to know a little bit more about the certainty of making money from the item itself. Like when I pull it up and when I scan, I want to know if I'm getting a good deal or if I'm getting a bad deal. Should I buy all these items that are on clearance, or should I not buy all the items on clearance? And that's kind of like the big thing is you don't want to guess. Like, I don't want to guess. I don't think you want to guess. We want to know. That's where the real business people who do well in business understand is that's why they've grown to such great lengths, is because they know when to buy and when to sell. I mean, for the most part, I would like to think, if the numbers aren't adding up, you need to sell. So definitely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the library here. I'm going to figure out what is it that determines if I should buy that item in retail arbitrage or not. I want to be able to pull up the app and I want to see, is this a good buy? If the return is good, if the right number of sellers are there, if the price is right or whatever, I'll buy it. And then if, what else do I want to know? There's something called seller's rank on Amazon too, where people will be buying a lot of product on Amazon and you will get this sort of rank, like a trend of what people are buying, and you can sense kind of what is selling and what isn't. Like what every business owner wants to know is this selling or is this not selling? And so that's what I need to learn more about. And the nice thing is in that email that Niche Pursuits sent is I can see by clicking on a link in there what it is that this chart looks like and how to figure out what sellers are doing. So other than that, yeah, I've just been like kind of keeping notes on like what's going on in my mind right now, because in addition to school, in addition to my job, and in addition to everything else, I'm always on the side hustle thing where like I'm trying to figure out how to make more money and invest it in REITs like Patrick was mentioning, like just lots of different investments, because that's the whole idea. The only reason I'm motivated to do any of this is because I know how to invest my money. And I understand that I don't have to do as much when I put my money in the stock market. It's like a mouse click away where I buy and I purchase stock, and it's great. It's a safe haven for me, and it gives me a lot of stress relief while I'm at work, because when I'm at work, I tend to think, I need to make more money, and I need to do this and I do that. I need to please people, but that's not the case, because when I'm at work, all I'm really kind of like focusing on is, okay, what am I going to do with that first paycheck? Am I going to go and spend it on things like everybody else does, or am I going to invest like nobody does? And that's what I'm thinking while I'm at work. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take the first paycheck, and before I pay any of my bills, I'm always going to pay myself first, and I'm going to buy and purchase stock. So knowing that and going into this retail arbitrage, it's kind of a different perspective, a kind of different mindset of going in to these side business things such as Amazon retail arbitrage, because I'm more focused now on making these little profit margins, but they add up, and all that profit that I make, because I'm breaking even, I always make sure I break even. And when I break even, I'll take that and I'll dump it right in the stock market. So when you think about every little bit adds up in the sense that it also compounds, it's a different level of playing field. It's a different level of game, and I just think that's really important to know. So other than that, yeah, I got to go apply for an internship today, at least one a day, because, and then I think later on tonight, I'm going to do another Facebook Live thing where I talk about this cool investing thing where I don't know how to code or anything like that, but I was gonna see who listens to the Facebook Live thing, and if they want to do anything with me on this, I wanted to create an app, and I'll talk about the 2 different apps that I want to create, and so that's on the next Facebook Live. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for the comments. I'll see you again next time. All right, bye.